Hey everybody, it's attorney Matt Kroes, Marc Lopez law firm, and with me today I've got
Zach Bailey.
And we're going to talk a little bit about habitual vehicular substance offender and the enhancement that has here in Indiana. HVSO, when those four letters are combined in that order, perhaps the scariest four letters in the English language when it comes to if you're being charged with a DUI. Zach, how can somebody become habitual eligible or habitual vehicular substance eligible in Indiana?
So it is different than the habitual offender. It's the habitual vehicular substance offender, and it's specifically for DUI cases. So there's a couple ways you can become eligible. The first is if you have 2 prior DUIs and you pick up a third one. So if those 2 priors, say one's 15 years ago, one's 8 years ago, and you pick up a new one, you're HVSO eligible as long as the 2 priors, if one of them is within the last 10 years. The other way is if you have 3 priors at any time. They can go as far back as they want. So if you have 3 prior OVWI convictions and you get a new one, you're HVSO eligible. They could be 35, 40, and 45 years ago. That 4th one that you've just picked up makes you eligible for the habitual vehicular substance offender enhancement.
Now, Zach, we use the word enhancement. What does that mean? Does that mean it's a different charge? Does that mean it's ice cream on top of a potential penalty? Give me an example here.
So I wouldn't call it ice cream, but that's the way it works. It's an enhancement. So even if your most recent one is a misdemeanor and your maximum sentence would have been a year, or if it's a level 6 felony and your maximum sentence could have been 2.5 years, this is added on top of that, beyond the statutory maximum. And the way that works is because it's an enhancement, it's not a new charge, they can go beyond the statutory maximum. And they can add for that HVSO enhancement 1 to 8 years of executed time under your sentence. So a misdemeanor that would have been a 1-year possible sentence is all of a sudden up to 9 years possible.
That's crazy. Indiana, the Court of Appeals very recently just came out with an opinion affirming a trial court sentence of somebody who was recently charged with a DUI and he was habitual vehicular substance offender. That trial judge gave the defendant 6 years and 348 days in the Indiana Department of Corrections. The defendant's like, whoa, that's insane. Way outside what the sentence should have been. He takes it to the Court of Appeals. Court of Appeals says, no, sir. Taking into consideration your criminal history, taking into consideration your habitual vehicular substance offender, this sentence is fine. 6 years, 348 days. Like Zach said, his maximum exposure is 9 years. He got almost 2 years. 2 years and about 2 weeks less than the maximum sentence. And the Indiana Court of Appeals said that's fine. HVSO is not to be taken lightly. It is a very, very serious, very scary thing if you are charged with a DUI. Zach, any parting thoughts?
It's really important that you hire an attorney right away because the attorney can work with the prosecutor and try to get that enhancement taken off. It's not automatic. It's discretionary by the prosecutor's office. So we can work with the prosecutors and try to make sure that HVSO enhancement doesn't happen to you.
But it's ultimate trump card. So, am I right? I mean, as a former prosecutor, if you encountered a defendant who is habitual vehicular substance offender eligible, but he, say, wanted to try and get the case resolved, how often would you want to file the habitual?
If I know that we can come to a resolution short of trial, I'd be much more willing to not add the HVSO enhancement on there.
Or at least maybe go a little bit lighter.
Sure.
Now, if we're going to go to trial, what are you going to do to me?
I'm going to file that HVSO.
So essentially, what's happening is you're seeing prosecutors, the case goes to trial, they're going to make you go against the maximum possible sentence. They want some skin in the game. Not just some skin, they want like a whole arm in the game. If you or anyone you know is charged with a DUI, and then even if you think you could be habitual vehicular substance offender, give us a call immediately and let's talk through your options. We're always here. We love talking DUIs. We can help. 317-632-3642. And remember, always plead the fifth.